Today we're going to be taking a look at a GRIXIS Sacrifice deck that I can only describe as unique, and we're calling it unique because we're running a lot of cards I've yet to see anyone else run, much less myself. There are no particular one card build arounds here. This deck works synergistically off of the sacrifice mechanic, where we're sacrificing our own creatures, gaining value and outgrounding the opponent into the late game. Some of the cards I wanted to touch base on that you might not have seen before that help sacrifice our creatures are things like Tribute of Hirobi and the Corpse Cobble. Both of these cards can sacrifice our own creatures. The Tribute being able to sacrifice rats that we eventually give the opponent and then steal back. We can sacrifice our creatures and draw a card off of the 3/3 flyer that this, gives us. And then also the Corpse Cobble is an instant speed spell where we can sacrifice any number of our creatures at instant speed, and then it takes the collective power of those creatures and creates this zombie token with the power and toughness equal to that number, and it has menace. It's actually a really cool sacrifice card. I'm surprised I've yet to use it. It's actually pretty powerful. Some of the creatures that we're going to be sacrificing today, some of them you might know, obviously Jadar, Logamos. These two spit out a bunch of tokens over and over again that we can keep using over for sacrifice fodder. But we also have the Biolume Egg, and the Biolume Egg is a creature that's an 0/4 body that when we sacrifice it can come back later as a 4/4 serpent body. Sorry if you heard that. That was an alert for our stream, but anyways, the deck's a lot of fun. This is not one I recommend going out and crafting if you're super competitive and you want to just win a ton of games. We did go to Diamond with this thing, which was pretty awesome. So it is decently competitive, but it's more built for fun. But anyways, there'll be a full deck breakdown at the end of today's video, so stick around for that. In the meantime, if you guys want, there's a full deck list and the links below. And if you guys enjoy content just like this, if you wouldn't mind hitting the subscribe, like, all that good stuff helps out an absolute ton. We're so close to 10,000 subscribers, and I'd greatly appreciate it. With that being said, though, guys, enjoy today's video. We'll see you back here at the end for final thoughts. Peace. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today is the day that we hopefully hit Diamond. We're a couple of games away now, and we're running a GRIXIS Sacrifice build. Now, this might be my favorite sacrifice build we've made in a while, which is saying a lot because we did like 2 last week, Jun being one of those, and it was really fun. But this particular build gotta be one of my favorites. It is very, very cool and unique, and it runs cards like this Biolume Egg that I'm sure nobody has seen. So anytime that's the case, when we're running things that no one else has seen, I'm a pretty happy camper. The opponent, though, looks like they might be on mono red, which you hate to see. Okay, cool, it's not, thank God. Mono red would have been terrible. We don't run any sweepers, but we do run some big bodies and some ways to gain life, so it's not the end of the world, but it would have been tough. It would have been tough, but I have the egg coming in, I think, on this turn as our choice here, and it's a big body that can block very nicely against that tenacious underdog. And I don't need another one of those, but a Fatal Grudge does seem like a lot of fun, so we'll do that. We are going to get these rats back on our team here next turn, and they're going to be just left with an underdog. Let's see what their 3rd mana spell is. Could be a Liliana, but if it is, what a lot of people don't know, and what has happened before a few times, is they played out their Liliana in -2 on my egg, and it's been an absolute nightmare for them because I just get back a 4/4 body. So all right, go ahead and give me back my rats, please, and thank you. And what else do we want to do here? I think I'm gonna go ahead and play out of Braids here. Braids is a good blocker, but it also allows us to sack some things here and get some extra value. We're gonna go and sack the egg, draw ourselves a card, then we get our 4/4 body back, and we'll sack rat. They sack their tenacious underdog. We love that. Already off to a fantastic start. I mean, this is what I'm talking about, guys. This Biolume Egg into the Serpent is such a fun spell to just sacrifice and bring back for extra value, especially with things like Braids. And now we got the Tribute flipped over to the 3/3 flyer. This is going to be very, very cool. We do need some fodder, though, to sacrifice, so let's hope we can keep this train rolling on that. Also, Dreadfast Demon, or Dreadfeast Demon, not a bad card either. You can have it. Ooh, Jadar. Now we're talking. Let's go ahead and get that in. let's Fatal Grudge here. I don't think I care too much about the Echo's ability here. Hold on. Let's attack first. Get that one extra point of damage. It could matter. We're gonna decline this because we're gonna actually use the rat for our Fatal Grudge here. That's gonna take out their Reckless Stormseeker. And then we draw a card. Now we get a 2/2, which we sack to the Braids. Drawing another card, dealing more damage. We find a Forge Boss. All right, Forge Boss is one of our main finishing cards here because every time we sacrifice something, we're going to be dealing even more damage to the opponent here. They get a 3/3 with haste, make it a 4/4, and then Hero's Downfall. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Which card are they going to take out here? I would imagine the Braids, but you never know. All right, let's just reread this because I only have one copy in my deck and I've actually yet to play it. But at the beginning of my end step is when I create. Okay, that's all I needed to know. Needed to know when that was going to occur. All right, so the opponent attacks us for 4 here, leaving themselves a bit open here for another attack back. And Forge Boss seems like the way. And we send in a 3 attack. Do we sacrifice the Jadar? That seems a little not like the right idea here. But then we don't draw a card and we don't deal 2 damage, which could end up being pretty helpful. Yeah, I'm just gonna send in the 3. Decline. Jadar creates the 2/2. Next turn, we should be able to close this out. We are at 6 though, so we got to be very careful. The opponent is an aggro deck. Burn spells are very much a thing here. They do go for the burn spell, but they're taking out my creatures instead of my actual board here. And then they look at the Forge Boss for a Hero's Downfall. Wow. Wow, those were some cards right there. Those were some cards right there, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 7. I could go for a double Dreadfast Demon. Let's do that. Let's go Dreadfeast Demon here, and then no attacks. We sack the zombie, and we got 2 6/6s over the top. And they say good game. Does that mean what I think it means? Which is what? Oh man, they get another Hero's Downfall. Wow. Okay, so that's gonna be 3, 4, 5 damage. Wow, we actually do win the game. That's crazy. That was a very, very close call. That was very close. I thought maybe they did enough to squeak it out there, but they didn't. They early GG me because I think they thought they won the game, but unfortunate for them, we actually come through with the W. That was tough, man. Aggro is really tough to beat when you don't run any sweepers in your deck, but my goodness, that was close. Wow. GG. What an absolute nail biter, huh? That's what I'm talking about though, man. Holy cow. Let me go and change the songs up just in case we get DMCA'd here. Okay. All right, what do we got here? Opening hand is good. We've got a Jadar on turn 1 into a potential Braids. So that's a big win for us there. Okay, Pack Leader, huh? Nice. We do draw into the Forge Boss as well. One of our win cons here is going to be the Forge Boss dealing that passive damage that they can't stop. Gonna eat some damage here from the Pack Leader. That's a bit of a bummer. But like I said, we'll go Braids here. I think that's a really good play here. We'll auto pay and take the damage here. It's a body that's big enough to block the Ascending Pack Leader, and it doesn't get any bigger for the time being. Feel like so. Do they have any instant speed magic here? It feels like they do. It feels like they've got something here. Could it possibly be like a I don't know, could it be a fight mechanic maybe? All right, so they got 3 mana here now. They could drop in a 3/3 haster. They do. Okay. Do we really care though? I mean, not really. I mean, okay, that's one way to do it. I guess you could have got the damage through either way, but all right. I guess this way it leaves you back a better blocker. Okay, makes sense. All right, here we go. We're going to definitely be getting in the Forge boss, which is going to be a huge body to try to get through for the opponent. And we can attack all day with braids into their 2-3. And then also we sack the 2-2. And then we should be, you know, dealing 4 damage a turn. Otherwise, they're going to have to sack some creatures of their own. So ultimately, a lot of positive there. They do. They sack the pack leader. They're still taking 2, though, from the Forge boss. So you're not getting around that. I guess a Halana could be pretty bad. I would hate to see that. Halana's a really nasty card, man. I'd hate to see Halana come down at any point in any game. That card is one of my least favorites to have to deal with. No blocks. You're opening yourself up for 6 damage on the return fire, so that's a net negative for you. And I mean, let's just gain some life, yeah. Seems like a pretty fun idea to me. And then we are also gonna be not only gaining life, but dealing additional damage. Well, actually, never mind. This only triggers 1 time, doesn't it? Do we send everything? They block here, and then they take 9, 10, 11, and then 12 if they don't sacrifice. They take 13 total damage if they don't sacrifice their Reckless Stormseeker here, so this is gonna be good. All right. If they don't sack their Stormseeker, they're dead here. There you go. Nice. They're down to 1. We're back to 13. I mean, guys, as far as sacrifice goes, this does a lot for us. I mean, the sacrificing just goes crazy ham in this deck, man. I'm telling you, it goes so well. Like the synergies are just, I mean, nonstop. But GG's. 2 more till diamond. All right, I hope we can win these next 2 games just super clean, get into diamond, because I love that when you get to a next tier up, you don't ever get to have to go back down again. So I'm hoping we can just get there and be done with it. Let's see, though. Hopefully we get the egg here in the opening hand. Wow, no egg, no turn 2s. This might not be so great. They're going to have to mulligan that. This is a lot better. No blue mana. That's going to have to go. All right, up against Selesnya enchants, it looks like, which might be pretty good for us. Oh, not Selesnya. Okay, not Selesnya enchants. I do have Fatal Grudge though, so the fact they haven't played a creature yet is fantastic, because if they curve now nicely, Fatal Grudge will be a nice answer. So on and so forth. Let's see. Oh, a 2/2 creature I have not seen yet before. Enters the battlefield, choose a card type other than the creature or land. Spells you cast that chosen type cost 1 less. Exile this, returns to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Okay. Enchantments. All right. Let's get this in. Let's do this. All right, another land doesn't help us too much, but at least it's something here. And we do have Braid's Frightful Return, which doesn't hit anything yet. As far as getting it back from our graveyard, we can always sack our token to make them discard a card, but as of right now, we're not going to be able to get a creature back from the yard yet. You know what? I'm going to go with the Braid's Frightful Return. I'm going to go for level 1. I'm going to go ahead and sack the token. Now, do I attack into their 1/1 here? Obviously, they have a pretty solid block here. And if they do block, I mean, we do take away their token, which could potentially get bigger next turn. And then we could also get the Jadar back on level 2 of Braids, which gives us something to do with the Braids. I'm sorry, the return. But they don't block anyways. It's all good. It's all good. They get a 2/2 now, and they're up to 4 mana. We're really struggling to hit anything relevant off the top of our deck. Doubling up on the Frightful Return and the Jadar is not exactly ideal. We are against an enchantments deck, though. Just not your typical enchantments deck that you always see. That's a card. That is a card. Let's make them sacrifice the last card in their hand here. or discard the last card in their hand. It's another Jukai Naturalist. I don't really think we need to play this out right now. I think we just pass the turn, get a 2/2 and say go. We're up to what, 5 mana, so we're 2 away from being able to cast the demon, which we saw how good that can be. Might be worth throwing in an extra one of those in the deck. I've only got one in the whole deck, so might be worth giving it a look. But as of right now, not a lot we can do. We have a pretty good block though with Jadar. Like I said, we can get it back from the graveyard with the Frightful Return. Save us a bit of life total right now. They are going to gain some life. Not a big deal. We really thrive on the late game and cascading all of our effects together towards the end of the game. So just waiting to build up here. Braids. Okay. Do they sacrifice one of their permanents? That'd be pretty good for us if they did. They don't. They let me draw a card. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. We get another Braids though, which is not ideal. Get back the Jadar. And no attacks. Braids, sacks the token. I don't like that they have a 6/6 body out there, by the way. That's pretty brutal. Sacrifice the 1/1. Okay. We're really looking for mana. I mean, do we want mana at this point? I don't even know. Opponent though has the ability to just pump so much mana and 1/1 counters into their creatures right now. It's not even funny. Are they not swinging in with their 6/6? That would be kind of strange. Okay, they don't attack with their 6/6, which I guess because they wanted to leave back a blocker. I don't know. That seems really odd. All right. See if the opponent gives me another card here. If they sacrifice another permanent, gotta imagine I'm gonna get a card here. I do. Perfect. And I guess let's just double down on this because we have nothing better to do with our mana, and we send these through. The opponent continues to make very mysterious and strange blocks. I don't understand what they're doing. They're giving me an opening here to potentially come back into this game. I don't know why or what their thought process is behind what they're doing, but I'll take it. It is what it is. I will definitely take it. We have the Dread Feast Demon coming in next turn, which would be super helpful. They create a 1/1, which they can pump mana into if they want. It looks like they're probably going to. Okay. I was going to say, if they don't attack now, I feel like they're throwing at this point. Yeah, not looking good. I may just have to concede this one, guys. It's not panning out at the moment. There's just nothing we can do at the moment. We had a pretty good start, but we did draw a lot of doubles of things that we didn't need. And they're going to create another token. Oops. I just punched my mic. Yeah, I'm going to let this just get through here. It is what it is. I think we're pretty much toast here. We draw a third Braids. That's what I'm talking about. It's just unfortunate. Not going to happen. No attacks. I guess we can try to make them sack a land here. If they don't want to do it, it's on them. And we'll go ahead and do one of these. And we could chump some stuff now, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to my 4 creatures. Yeah, this game's over. It's unfortunate. It's just a bummer. We didn't draw well. That was pretty bad the way we just kind of drew out that game, but it's fine. We'll move on to the next one so we can try to get more games in. GG. All right, well, that probably takes away our chances here at Diamond today. I hope not. I hope we can finish out these last few games strong, but yeah, we're definitely going to need a win out. That's for sure. Tough game, man. Tough game. What do we got? Yeah, opening hand is actually really good. We've got the we got the turn 2 plays, which is what all you can really ask for when going second, is to have your curve nice and easy. And we're up against Orzhov with a Bank Buster, huh? Go ahead and drop the tribute. Anytime I can go tribute first, I think that's probably the play. The reason why is because I like to try to get all 3 of these sagas completed as fast as possible and as early game as possible. You know, and late game, you don't want to be giving them rats for nothing and not actually progressing your battlefield presence. So get that out of the way, let them deal the little bits of damage that they can. We go ahead and drop you know what, I'm gonna drop Jadar here. I was gonna drop the braids here, but I think whatever I drop here is probably gonna get removed, so I'd rather it be Jadar than the braids. Obviously braids being a better blocker, but you know what, with the evolved sleeper being able to level up and get death touch, it doesn't really matter. We're not gonna block it either way. And there is removal, so see, there you go. There you go. That soul transfer had braids names all over it, and I don't like that. This is actually going to be super clean because we bring in the Henrika this turn. We can sack, you know, some of these rats and stuff, and the evolved sleeper is going to go bye-bye. So that feels really, really good. All right, drawing some cards here. We get a Forge Boss. Let's go. That's clutch. Forge Boss is gonna hit really hard with all the sacrificing going on here. I love that we have Hungry for More, Corpse Cobble. We got all these really great tools here. We did just lose a lot there. We did lose a lot there. It is what it is, though. I'm not too upset about it. Is it Forge Boss or is it, you know, it's gonna be Braids here. Braids here and Hungry for More. Let's just draw a card, get maximum value here out of the Enrika, and then Braids sacks the token, and our opponent takes another 2. We draw a card. Boom. I mean, just look at this. Look at the synergies we've got going on here, guys. I mean, every single turn is just pure value, man. It's pure gasoline. Opponent does hit us with an Invoke Despair, though. That does hurt a little bit. I think we go with the Forge Boss. Maybe? Or is it the egg? I don't know. Could be the tribute. I don't know, man. There's a lot that I could do here, but I think I'm gonna go with this and the tribute, to believe it or not, and give him the 1 rat, and we'll transform. We'll go ahead and get that life link going, which is fantastic. Get us back into this game pretty easily. And Forge Boss is down, which is one of our more expensive spells, but it's already down, so we're gonna be getting some value out of it. Just kidding. Okay. All right, we did just give the opponent a rat for no reason, but we do have some stuff here. You know what I want to do? I'm gonna go here and here, and I'm gonna hit him with the Corpse Cobble. This should be pretty solid. So let's attack in with these 2, and then put a stop here. We bring out a zombie, boom, and then before they get sacrificed, we're gonna Corpse Cobble these 2 away. Boom, boom. We get a 5/5 zombie with Menace. Love that. Love that. All right, we're back to 19, by the way. There's not a lot the opponent can do here. They're gonna need a sweeper. Path to Peril doesn't do the trick, though, because it only kills the Jadar and the token. We're left with Henrika. They lose the game, so they see it. It's game over. GG's, baby. Let's go. All right, well, if we are quick about it, we might be able to get these last 2 games in and get the diamond. We'll find out, but we do got to move kind of quickly here because we're short on time, but I really would like to get the diamond in this video. That'd be great. Opening hand, we have a decent keep here. It's not ideal. I mean, burning ourselves a little bit for some Black Source on the Jadar doesn't feel great, but it is at least coming down on curve. which is one of the more important cards here. We don't have the ability to play the egg on 3 though. We'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. It's not looking super hot, but it's good enough to keep, I think. Fatal Grudge is interesting. It's a card that I can definitely see us getting some value out of here if like a Rafine maybe comes down this next turn. We're gonna go ahead and just pass the turn here though. Nothing to play on turn 3. Could have played the Hungry for more there, but I don't think it would have been worth it. I think we can get more value out of that later. No Rafine. We do find a blue source as well. Let's go. That's huge. Okay. Yeah, I think we just attack in here again. It looks like there are 0 priority holds from the opponent at the moment. So gonna go ahead and play out the egg and we should be good. Pass the turn. Forge boss, probably. Yeah, probably no on both of these. I'm gonna need another black source for Henrika to get the ultimate value out of my deck here. So another black source would be great. Henrika is just too good not to play. Especially when it looks like we're up against Esper mid-range, which again, I'm expecting to see the opponent play something like a Rafine here, but there's nothing coming down. Oh, this could be Wandering Emperor actually. Let's be careful with that, huh? Yeah, this has Wandering Emperor written all over it. Oh, Voidrend, okay. That's fine. Oh, they scoop it up. Let's go. We might get the diamond tonight, guys. Oh my gosh, they must have not had the answer there, or they did have the Wandering Emperor and they were mad that I didn't walk into it. I don't know, but Voidrend seems like it would have been served better on the Jadar. Anyways, GG. Now, normally I'd say something like I don't want to win games like that, but you know what? We're 1 game away from diamond, so I don't really mind right now. As long as we get there, that's all I care about. And then once we're there, we'll figure it out. You know, we'll play, you know, for more honor then. Okay, the opponent goes first. Opening hand here isn't great. We don't have any black sources, and this is better. This is better. All right, let's hope we can find some sacrifice type tools though here, like a Braids or Henrika. We had all of those tools in the last hand, but we didn't have any lands to play it. I'm really happy though that the opponent there just decided to play out a Duress, because now they lose a card, we don't lose anything. They get a little bit of a sneak peek in the hand though, but it's fine. All right, Jadar is in play. It looks like they might have a cut down though, or some sort of 1 mana burn spell, like play with fire. There's something holding priority here. But they let the 2/2 resolve, so who knows? Who knows? It's got to be one of those 2 things. I don't think anything else would have held priority there. I don't know what that would have been. All right, we do get a Henrika. Love that. Let's go with a red and blue and get down the Logomos here, and we'll send in the cavalry, man. Just start pounding them to death with these little 2/2s that, you know, are replenishable. So go wide, go fast. And then next turn, as long as they don't play out another creature here, we will be taking that Blood Tithe Harvester out of play with the GRIXIS Sacrifice mechanic. A Braid, that's fine. It's not ideal, but at least we're still left with Jadar, which, you know, keeps creating these 2/2s for us. So another kill spell for Jadar as well. Yeah, see, they had to cut down the whole time. I don't know why they didn't play that sooner, but oh well. Oh well, Henrika comes in. Hopefully no other kill spells for this. Another Braid would be pretty sad, especially if we don't transform here, but I don't think we can transform. I think we got to go for you know, sacrificing a creature here. Taking out their Blood Tithe Harvester. I think they're trying to do the ability on their Harvester, but it only is a sorcery speed mechanic, so nothing they can do about it. Wouldn't have mattered anyways. If they'd done the ability, they would have just lost a blood token and killed my 2/2 zombie. Anyways, they can't kill Henrika, so they would have lost value off that. So all good for me. Another Harvester though. That's a bit of a bummer, because now they can turn it sideways for 4 damage, which does kill my Henrika. So I don't want that to happen. Transforming it doesn't do us much good here. Let's get a card. We need something that can help us out here a bit. Okay, that's not ideal, but it's fine, I guess. I do like that they're down to 1 card in hand. That's actually kind of nice. Okay, I think we play out the Forge Boss here. I don't know if I want to keep this as a... Yeah, I think I want to cycle that away. So let's just do it like so. Let's just do it like so. We're probably going to cycle out the Xander's Lounge. We need a Braids or, you know, again, just some stuff that we can actually pull off some sacrificing with. Another blood token. Wow. Okay, well, there goes Henrika for sure. Infernal Grasp, even better. So now they can actually kill my Forge Boss too while they're at it. These harvesters are nuts, man. But the good news is that the harvesters do kill themselves when they try to pull off those you know, those removal tactics. Wow. We're not getting anywhere here. We're not getting anywhere here. Can we go ahead and cycle out the Xander's Lounge? All right, that's better. That is better. Let's put some pressure on him. I think we just send in a team here. That's 8 potential damage they're looking at here on board, and they do decide to block a little bit of it, which is not a surprise. Or not, they just eat it. Okay. Well, Forge Boss is going to deal another 2 to them because we are sacrificing the Vampire on the end step here. Let's see what they decide to do. Hopefully their top deck's the land, because that would only be fair. We've only been getting lands ourselves. Yep, there goes the Forge Boss. We knew that would be a potential threat. They draw a card. I was going to say, are they going to crew that for real and then tap their Blood Tithe Harvester? Because I do have a haste threat here in front of them, so I would imagine they know that. They drop a Make Disappear. Okay, apparently they don't remember that I have a haste creature here. Or they have a cut down or something like that. Spell Pierce. I mean, a Spell Pierce wouldn't get the job done, though. Spell Pierce would not do the trick. All right, GG's. All right, the opponent makes another mistake by not leaving a block back. But I mean, if they would have left a block back and we got the Hungry for More in and ran through the Harvester, they'd still be in pretty bad shape here. But either way, we were drawing way too many lands. So I'm happy to get through that one unscathed. And on to the next one. We're in Diamond. All right, finally in Diamond. Nothing to worry about too much now on a loss. No big deal. Yeah, this should be a lot of fun, man. I'm glad we're in Diamond though, because the new cards are coming out here this week. Well, I think as this video is live, early access is live for some of the streamers. So, but I say some of the streamers because I'm not actually in it. I don't think. At least I don't think, because I've yet to hear back, and I've sent quite a few emails. So I hope I'm in it, but I don't know. We'll see. If I'm not in the early access event, guys, the way things are going to kind of flow here are that we are not going to we're not going to post a video on Monday or Tuesday, because it wouldn't make much sense, because other content creators would have had, you know, the opportunity to make videos for you guys, you know, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, all before I get the new cards. So it wouldn't make much sense for me to post videos on Monday or Tuesday for you guys, because they would be cards, you know, a standard that you guys are not going to be interested in. You're going to have all the new fun things to watch, which is totally cool. So I'll probably take a break on next weekend, not record anything, and then hopefully get Tuesday off of work, and then just go right into it. Play with fire there, that's a bummer. But I'll go right into it on Tuesday. Hopefully have a video out by the end of Tuesday. Maybe not though, most likely going to be Wednesday. So a little bit of a break next week. Monday, Tuesday off, back at it on Wednesday with a video. Oh no, what do they have here? Do they have some sort of enchantment destroying card? No. Okay, good. Whew, scared me for a second there. All right, we get back our rats, and I am going to get down a forge boss too, which is so great because we're going to be sacrificing creatures like crazy as long as we have the echo on the field. Let's hope this doesn't get countered. We are up against Izzet. Who knows what sort of deck this could be. If it's a burn meets Jin, but there could be counters, obviously. Lightning strike, what a bummer. Okay. Okay, well, there goes our card draw mechanic. And our forge boss is back in our hand. Cool. Can you say annoying? Because I can. All right, forge boss, let's try to get on the battlefield again. I would imagine it's going to get countered this time. No, it's a big score. 2 treasures, though. They could still definitely throw out a make disappear sort of effect. Oh, they allow it. Nice. Does that mean it's going to get fading hope, though? Probably. I would imagine now that I've seen the big score, it's kind of a good sign that we're going to see a bombardment at some point in this game, which is not good. Because I don't think I have a great answer for bombardment, obviously. We really just kind of focus on our own selves in this game. There's not a lot of... there are answers, obviously. Fatal Grudge. We have Henrika. Things that can pick off creatures a little bit one by one. But for the most part, we kind of keep to ourselves. We're trying to, you know, accomplish our own sort of game plans here. Henrika's fun. I mean, obviously drawing a card would be great, but I think getting down the beatdown as fast as we possibly can is probably going to be the move here. So let's go with Logomos into Jadar and just go for an absolute beatdown frenzy. Jadar can wait. Let's see if they have any interaction here. Send this through. They eat all of it. I mean, there is a really good chance here too we could get hit with the play with fire, but we've got to try to close the game before we lose it, which, you know, losing this game will happen very quickly if they get down a bombardment. So just trying to get all the damage through and win the game before that happens. Very nice. We were able to do it. They didn't have to burn down the house. That's all we were worried about right there. That burn down the house would have been the catalyst to us losing that game. So thank goodness. All right, looks like we have time for maybe one more game here. We'll squeeze it on in, and then we'll move on to the next deck, which I think tomorrow's build, this is just a thought I'm having right now, but tomorrow's build probably going to be a Valet deck. Probably going to be a Valet deck, some Mardu token type stuff. I'm pretty excited about it. It should be a good one. Let's go with the red-blue because we have the black source untapped, and hope for a 2-drop here off the top. No 2-drop. Xander's Lounge, which we might end up cycling out later. We have a lot of mana in hand here, so who knows? Let's go Hand of Hatred here. Logomos, put some pressure on the opponent. Looks like they got a cut down or Infernal Grasp, and it is a cut down. Fun stuff. Mono black, huh? Forge Boss seems like it's going to be the right call here just because it avoids the cut down, right? Does a pretty good job of doing that. Henrika does not. Infernal Grasp. Okay, so removal tribal at the moment. Having a good time in Magic at the moment. Okay, we draw the egg. This could be tricky. I mean, we might want to just give up the Henrika for the Shieldred. I hate to say that, but I mean, we might have to. Like, it just... Gosh darn it, Shieldred is such an annoying card. Such an annoying card. Yeah. Bummer. All right, we're left out without the Henrika, which would have been super great to have in the long run, but you know what? It is what it is. We're probably going to get hit with an Invoke Despair too. It looks like the opponent just has the absolute nuts here, so might as well be an Invoke Despair to finish us off here. It's not, though. It's a Sorin. I take no joy. Which isn't exactly much better, but... Okay. Very awkward hand here. Awkward because the Cobblestone plays with these 3, you know, we could play 2 cards in 1 turn, but the Cobblestone doesn't exactly go with either of these cards. They really took advantage of my Logomos, and yikes, I don't know, man. I feel like it's got to be the... You know, let's go Egg. Because of its Scry ability. I think that's what we need right about now. That's actually not bad. That's not bad because it can get us back Logomos after we sacrifice the egg as well. So that's some value to be had. All right, mono black is actually a deck too that we should have some success with, to be honest. Like the fact that they usually run a lot of sacrifice type of effects like Invoke Despair and Liliana. We usually do a pretty good job of being able to avoid most of the removal, but they're running a ton of cut downs and Infernal Grasps instead, so they're doing a pretty good job of you know, keeping the pressure on.
Nothing on Innistrad is free.
All right, another Shieldred, my favorite card. Shieldred. Shieldred is so annoying. All right, let's do little Sorin Death. Love that. They forgot about my Serpent coming back on the end step there. And we'll make them discard a card, which obvious choice here is going to be that land. They lose the land, but we do get back a creature on this next go, which I do want to get Logomos, like I said, because I do have Braids, which can sacrifice the Logomos's creatures that they generate. Let's draw a card. We're probably dead anyways. I mean, the Shieldred is just gonna go off here, so gosh, Henrika actually though could gain us life, you know what I mean? Like that could be our saving grace, but yeah, maybe we go with that. They're out of cards in hand essentially. I hate this. This doesn't feel right, but it does feel like it's the only way to keep us alive for the following few turns here is by transforming to Henrika, because it has the flying mechanic, it has lifelink, and it has Death Touch, which is going to keep the Shieldred from wanting to attack here. And they just draw an Infernal Grasp because Magic is easy, and that'll do it. That'll do it. Magic is easy. Mono black. A deck we should probably beat most of the time, but anyways. GG's. That is going to conclude today's gameplay portion of the video. We are going to break the deck down and talk about it a little bit further. But before I do so, I want to give a huge shout out to everyone who made it this far. I appreciate it so much. It helps out an absolute ton when you stick around to the end of these videos. The YouTube algorithm loves that stuff. So thank you so much for doing that. But with that being said, let's take a look at today's build, man. We've got something pretty cool here today, man. One thing I want to talk about is I really wish I would have ran at least one more copy of the Dread Feast Demon. But anyways, we'll get to that. So again, no particular build around here today. We're just running a good old-fashioned sacrifice deck that likes to try to grind and outvalue the opponent. Things that I wanted to take a look at, though, and put into this deck right away that I wanted to try out were things like Corpse Cobble and this Biolume Egg. Biolume Egg turned out to be really cool. Such a great defender creature that can just stop your opponent in their tracks early on. You get the little bit of a scry action, and then obviously bringing back a 4/4 Serpent after you sacrifice it. Such a cool card. Corpse Cobble. I really like this card a lot too, man. Being able to just sacrifice a couple of things like, you know, if you have a Jadar down and a Logomos, let's just say you follow that up on turn 4 with a Hungry for More. You've got yourself a what? A 2, 5, 6, 7 powered, a 7/7 zombie. Like that's insane. A turn 4 7/7 zombie, and you didn't lose anything to create it because all of these tokens you were going to lose anyways. I thought this card was really cool. Obviously, it needs to line up pretty perfect for that sort of scenario, but overall, pretty cool effect, especially if your opponent's running removal and you know you flash this, you know, in at instant speed and just kill your own creature anyways, and then bam, you got yourself another creature that they're going to have to deal with. Forge Boss, saw this card too, thought I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and add that as my third card here, and we're gonna make this a Grixis build. That's kind of how this thing started out, and it's a good little win con, being able to just keep pinging your opponent when you sacrifice things. It's an effect that we haven't had in a while, and it's a really cool effect. It's a good way to win games because it's a passive amount of damage that your opponent can't really do anything about, unless they obviously kill the Forge Boss. I thought it was pretty cool being able to just deal 2 damage over and over again, and the opponent just taking that passive damage. Obviously, Jadar and Logomos were a no-brainer in this build. I had to throw those in here because we are on Grixis and we're running Sacrifice, so you have to have both Logomos and Jadar because of how much value they can generate off of those tokens every single turn. The Tribute for Hirobi. Now, this card I'm a little up in the air about. I like it a lot. Obviously, in the you going first, you get this down on 2, you're gonna have yourself a pretty good time in most cases, except maybe against aggro decks. But going second and in the late game, I don't typically want to be playing this out, giving my opponent rats, especially because we're not exactly going extremely wide in most cases. So, you know, trying to keep our life total high in the late game, you know, you don't want to be giving them too many benefits in the late game. I would honestly probably substitute this out for the Morbid Opportunist. It's a way to draw cards as well, but in a much cleaner way. It's a 1 creature body with 3 toughness, so it does a little bit, you know, it does a pretty good job protecting itself. And you're gonna draw cards passively. There's none of this trickery where you give the rats, steal a rat, sacrifice your stuff. I like that. I think it's really cool, and the fact that we can attack in and just sacrifice something and bam, we get to draw a card with no questions. Like, that's really, really cool. But I don't know if it's necessarily the best card in this slot. Just FYI. And then Fatal Grudge, love it. I feel like this card's really, really great. I've had a lot of fun with this card in the past. Not a lot of people play this one, but I'm a big fan. I like being able to draw a card, sacrifice something like a Logomos token, and the opponent loses a creature. Like, that's really good value. And then also Hungry for More. Obviously, I love this card. You guys know this. I play it a lot. It's a card that I can flash in, get that sacrifice passively with the Forge Boss, deal the damage, gain the life. It does it all. And then Braids, Frightful Return, and Braids itself. Both 2 great cards here. Braids Frightful Return. The second trigger on this, returning a creature from the graveyard, hasn't been super great for us. Obviously, it allows us to open up like blocks for, like, let's say the Biolume Egg. We sacrifice it. We can bring it back with the second Saga here. So this card makes a lot of sense as a 2-of. I like it here in the 2-of slot. But there have been a couple of times where I got this in hand and I wasn't super psyched about it. Braids, though, obviously had to have 4 of these because it's, you know, it's just a way to really fluster your opponent, make them, you know, have to make tough decisions and get some card advantage as well. Henrika was pretty clutch in this deck too. Henrika and the Dreadfeast Demon. Love these 2 cards a lot in this deck. I want to add 1 more Dreadfeast Demon. Obviously switch this for a Morbid Opportunist. And from there, I think I've got something pretty darn solid. But yeah, guys, the deck was a lot of fun. Obviously getting the diamond was a nice plus. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. We are going to have another video again tomorrow. And then after that, we're taking a little bit of a hiatus until the early access is over. But yeah, man, I hope you guys had as much fun as I did as usual. And we're going to go ahead and close it out here. But before I get out of here, as always, a huge shout out goes to the Mardu Mob. If you guys don't know the Mardu Mob by now, it's the membership program here on the channel. And I got to give them some love because they help support the channel monthly. And I got to say, I appreciate them every single video and let them know just how much it means to me that they are willing to help support me and this channel's growth. And I just, you know, got to give my thanks where it's due. So thank you so much for everything. And that'll conclude today's video, guys. We'll see you guys back here again tomorrow for another one. Until next time, peace out.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Fizzy, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. Yeah, MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. With the upload, man. Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap, yeah.